Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto Horrors. Settle in for a long one, because today we're talking vinyl. And oh man, did we get a lot of it during our hiatus. So we're going to start off with, I think, our only used vinyl find, which it's kind of tough to find good used vinyl stuff for horror. But at some random antique shop, I found the Eyes of Laura Mars soundtrack, which this movie was written by John Carpenter, and I think it's one of his very first works. Like, he didn't direct it or anything, but he wrote it, and I've seen it, and it's actually pretty decent. So, it also has a big demonstration not for sale sticker on it. So I don't know if this was like a promo copy or really what this is. It's very interesting, and it was pretty much nothing. I got this for like $2. So it's kind of unusual for an old release in that it has like a printed like inside, which is mostly split, and it's just like a plain like black record. I haven't played it yet. Somebody asked me a long time ago to do a vinyl collection tour video, and now that I've been getting my collection in much better organized condition, I think that's actually going to be possible to do that for you guys. So you have that to look forward to, hopefully fairly soon. I've got a few more records coming in the mail pretty soon, so I'll probably wait for those to get here. And I'm also doing this thing where I'm trying to standardize what I store them in. I ordered a bunch of these envy packs from Amazon because I like the outer sleeves that Waxwork uses on their older releases. And those happen to be a certain model or two of envy packs. Apparently Envy Pack makes them slightly smaller or does something differently than they did like a couple of years ago, because these new ones do not fit Waxwork Releases. So I'm actually emailing Envy Pack back and forth, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. It's very strange. Like, the old Envy Packs fit the new Waxwork Releases just fine, but the new Envy Packs don't fit on the new Waxwork Releases at all. Like, what's going on? Our next pickup is The Way of Darkness, a tribute to John Carpenter. So this is a pretty cool, like, kind of concept album thing, where a bunch of different artists like do Carpenter themes like in their own style. So the Claudio Simonetti Halloween is really cool. Like, you can listen to these on YouTube, and I really recommend giving them a try. It's really cool. And it's also a pretty neat looking record too. I don't know if the camera will quite do it justice, but it's kind of this pearlescent purple. Like, you kind of have to see it in person to really get it, but I think you get the idea. I put a master sleeve in there since it came in just this black thing. Our next pickup is the Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs soundtrack, which I haven't got a chance to listen to this yet, so I think this is all the random songs that Joe Bob and the cast and crew played, like, over the course of the Last Drive-In as it's been coming back. I haven't really looked in here, so let's take a dive. Did I get everything out of there? It has pretty cool art with, I think almost all the movies that they've watched on the show represented somewhere in there. It's pretty nuts. Also, apparently an homage to a Beatles cover, which I didn't really know about the Beatles, so I didn't know that. It's got an insert with a bunch of cast and crew photos. It's pretty nice. And I have looked at the record itself, which is a really interesting, like, green splatter kind of thing. Like, that's pretty hot. I like that. This is from Ship to Shore Records, and I think it sold out kind of quick, if I recall. Like, I don't know if you can still get it, but I don't know, maybe give it a try if you're into Joe Bob. Next, we have our record store day pickups, which, for the first time, well, since we learned about record store day, really, there was something we really, really wanted, and that was the Dead by Daylight soundtrack. So I play this game too much, and am very invested in it. And while I do have this digitally, the opportunity to actually own a physical copy of it, like on vinyl, was just too good to pass up. So, a bit of background on this. So I called all the record stores to make sure in my area to make sure I could actually get one of these on record store day. And whew, it was an ordeal. So my favorite record store was getting in 5 copies of these. Record store day rules, they can't hold any for anybody. They were the only record store getting copies of this within at least 30 miles. So within the entire county area of my city, there were only 5 of these. We found out that the store was open a lot earlier than I thought it was, so I told my friend, hey, let's go there like a couple hours earlier than we were planning to. And she was like, okay. So we get there much earlier than we'd originally planned. Like, we wait in line, they let everybody in the line in. I see it on the shelf, I start walking towards it. Somebody almost pushes me out of the way and grabs one, leaving one on the shelf. I pick that one up, this one. I turn around and somebody was heading for the same spot. They see I pick this up and then just turn and walk away. So this was in really hot demand. Unfortunately, I don't think it was Dead by Daylight fans that were really after this, because this is all over Discogs being gouged like you wouldn't believe. So people are charging $100 for this, like, everywhere. And it's pretty sad. And it's only the basic soundtrack, so none of the later killer themes, like the killer chase musics, made it in, but let's take a look at it. So it's from Return to Analog. And it actually comes in its own rather nice resealable outer sleeve, which is a big bonus. It's also pretty secure on its own, so you don't have to worry about that. Like, it's actually taken me some effort to crack into it. Oh, excuse me. Also, these are individually numbered, so I have number 422. There was a USA variant, which was Black Fog, and a Canadian variant, which was White Fog. And because I'm a crazed completionist, I ordered the White Fog Canadian variant too, so that'll be here at some point. Got a pretty nice looking sleeve, which my fat arm is blocking. Ooh. Try to give you a good, in case you want to pause and read the track list. It sounds really good. I have listened to this one too, but I hear the music from this game all the time. So, as you can see, Black Fog is a bit of a misnomer, because it's more of a grayish, like it's black tinted. It's like a black tinted clear. It doesn't show up very well on camera, but you get the idea. I'm going to try not to keep you here too long, because this video could end up being like 45 minutes. So we'll see how we do. I am going to put this like back in its sleeve though. Okay, our next record store day title comes from Terror Vision. The People Under the Stairs. This was kind of an interesting jacket, because when I tried to put it in one of these model 13122 NB pack sleeves, this was actually so big it ripped one of these open. So be aware of what you're buying with those. But anyway, it's from TerraVision. It's really glossy, like very reflective, like on the outside. And despite being a gatefold, it's only one LP in here. I haven't really gotten a good look at this one either. So it comes in a printed inner jacket. Let's see what crazy pattern they picked for this. Ooh, that's neat. It's a pretty nice looking one. I have to put a master sleeve in here, though. So I kind of don't like it when it's just, you know, something like this that's just like paper without any plastic or something that is like scratch resistant. You know what I mean? Get in there, damn it. Now we're getting to the really good stuff. So I pre-ordered the Fear Street soundtrack from Waxwork Records. And while I was there, I also ordered like a bunch of other stuff too. Plus, while I was at my favorite record shop, I had the opportunity to pick up a release of theirs that was out of print for a while, albeit at a slight markup. And then, kind of out of nowhere, I found another one of their releases somewhere that I didn't expect. So let's dive into that. So first, this was sold out on the Waxwork Records site, Lords of Salem OST. And I don't know if I can show that. There are a lot of naked people in this album. So, excuse me, I'm not going to show all of the art because there's a lot of naked people. Wow. But anyway, this was sold out on a Waxwork site, and my record shop had it for like $55, which is like a $10 gouge, so it's not as bad for something that's like sold out like that. And it's a pretty gnarly record too, so it looks great. Now, Waxwork started, when you buy stuff from Waxwork, they've started sending master sleeves like with their orders, and I'm starting to see why. If a lot of their, because it seems like a lot of their more recent releases, like this one, have kind of a printed inner pocket that doesn't have like a lining. So, I mean, I didn't get this one from Waxwork Direct, but the next ones I'm going to show off I did. So, and then this also came with a couple of different inserts. There's some art. There's a big booklet of like set photos and stuff. So Rob Zombie always seems to keep quite the thick scrapbook when he makes a movie. So this is pretty cool. So I haven't gone through this yet, but I'm gonna have a good time with that. And then this was a very strange second thing. It's like a bonus black metals disc or something. It's been a while since I've seen Lords of Salem, so this is probably a tie-in to the movie, and I just don't remember. What's interesting about this, though, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, because I did look at this one, is it looks like a plain black. Well, it seems to only have music on one side. On the other side, oh yeah, you can totally see that guy. It's just got like that dude like pressed in there. So it's unique thing. Corpse eater. You know, for the longest time, I kind of hated Lords of Salem, but it's like, after seeing it again a couple years ago, it's like, you know, this is okay. And, you know, having this in my possession, I kind of want to see it again and give it yet another chance. Because I feel I was maybe too harsh on it, you know? Oh, get in there. Kind of problem sometimes with Waxwork stuff is they give you, especially the Rob Zombie stuff, like they took a lot of like extra care with the Rob Zombie releases, so you get a lot of extra, I don't want to say junk, but you get a lot of extras in those, and so it can be kind of hard to get everything back into the jacket. Come here. There we go. We're sweating a little bit. We had to turn the air conditioning off to make sure we didn't have a loud electric hum on the soundtrack of this. Wish I knew how to edit. And then this has been sold out, had been sold out for a while, but it's back in stock on their website, so I wonder if they just, I don't know what the story is with this one. So this is Rob Zombie's Halloween, which I personally like this one. Like, I know it's going to piss a lot of people off because people hate Rob Zombie's Halloween, but I thought it was fine. I mean, well, like I tell people, if you've seen, like, Jurassic Shark or other releases from companies I will not name to not alienate anyone, then, you know, your standard for a bad movie goes... Like, Jurassic Shark is, for example, is just such an unbelievably bad movie, and, you know, if you've seen something like that, and then you see something like Halloween, it's like, how could you call Halloween bad, you know? But, rant aside, so this is a pretty cool release of Waxworks. So it comes, again, with art insert, Myers with the photo, and another Rob Zombie photo booklet, just all the set photos and stuff. There's even more in here. Oh, that's weird. They put both discs of this one in the same part of the jacket. So again, this is the reason why I think they're shipping them with those master sleeves, because again, just paper with nothing you know, guarding them. But it's a pretty unique looking one. So a lot of the Halloweens have some kind of black and orange motif, but this one at least looks kind of unique compared to most of the other ones I've seen. So that's something. Because a lot of times they're just like solid orange or translucent orange or some riff on orange, and at least this one isn't solid orange. So we manhandle this thing a little bit. I actually like the look of the Rob Zombie mask too. And I'm pretty sure, yep, this one is the same pattern, so I'm not going to take it out, but... It does take a while to get these back in here, because there's just so much extra stuff. Like, I'm kind of seeing why the Halloween 1 and 2 and Lords of Salem, like the Rob Zombie stuff, like why the price on them was kind of inflated a little bit, because they did pack a lot of extras into these. I do sorely wish, however, that they didn't come like in these wrappers though. Like I wish they'd come in, you know, like those thick like outer things that Waxwork used to always package their premium stuff in. Because it's really annoying like having something like this instead and having to like, get the outer sleeve myself, like, and then finding out those don't even fit anymore. Apparently, well, I probably shouldn't say. But it is being addressed. And then, of course, we had to, since we bought Halloween 1, we had to get Halloween 2 from Waxwork to complete the set. And, you know, these have really nice art, too, so I'm happy to have them. And I'm going to piss even more people off. I liked his Halloween 2. Yes, that's true. I enjoyed Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Try to stop me. I mean, have you seen, like, Resurrection or H2O? I mean, they're not winners either. But let's open her up on these extras. So, you know the Rob Zombie drill. Art insert, the white horse. Big scrapbook of photos and whatnot. I want to spoil all of those. And it seems like this is only one LP. Again, paper thing. And this one is kind of more normal Halloween OST. Like, it's mostly orange. And it's like, after the uniqueness of the last one, it's a little disappointing. It still looks good. Don't get me wrong. It's just kind of mix it up, guys. It's Lori and her friends in her costumes, too. I really want to listen to this now. So, there was also kind of another surprise because Halloween 1 and 2 were ordered directly from Waxwork, and they actually sent me a bonus that I was not expecting. I thought maybe it was some kind of promotion that I just didn't know about, and so I went looking on their site to see if the site mentioned anything about it, but it didn't. So I'm not really sure what the deal was with this, but they sent me a Halloween slip table mat, turntable mat, bleh. And it's pretty thin, so it feels like a display only kind of thing, but it's still really cool, and I like it. So I'm pretty sure if I actually tried to put it on my turntable, it would just stick to records, because I've had really thin mats like this before, and that's what they do. But it was a lovely throw-in bonus, and I'll probably put it up on the wall somewhere. I do kind of wish I knew the nature of it, though. Like maybe it's just a secret bonus for buying Halloween 1 and 2. It's my best guess. And then in the same order, ooh, I haven't opened this yet, have I? Well, let's remedy that. In the same order, we also bought the soundtrack to the slasher classic. Oh, is it more of a is it a slasher or more of a mystery? Oh, we also bought Alice, Sweet Alice, which again comes in one of these crummy shrink wraps. Come on, guys, what happened to those really nice outer sleeves? Oh, that's cool. Love the inner art. There's nothing in there. So this was available as a CD. Oh, so this just forgoes. Okay, so there's no extra frills or anything in here. This just forgoes an insert entirely and simply comes in a master sleeve. Very interesting. It's this really nice yellow and red splatter, which is very appropriate for that movie. It is kind of surprising, though. I think this is the first release I have where they've actually just, put it in the master sleeve and call it a day. I kind of like the simplified approach, though. Like, no frills or weirdness or whatever. It does feel somewhat less premium, though, you know what I mean? And there's no art insert or nothing either. But it's a good OST, and I'm happy to have it. And the last thing, it actually came from, well, the last Waxwork pickup actually came from Big Bad Toy Store, of all places. So, Waxwork released the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 movie soundtrack a while ago. And I think it was earlier this year they also put out Secret of the Ooze, like the second Ninja Turtles movie. And that soundtrack sold out pretty much right away, like you couldn't get it. And I've been trying for a while, and but everywhere else was gouging for it. And out of nowhere, I just kind of tripped across it. Big Bad Toy Store had this for only like $5 more than Waxwork's own original price, so I got it without being gouged at Big Bad Toy Store. It came in a very oversized box, which I thought was sort of funny. Like, I have ordered a few figures from them, and I thought, oh, maybe they ship one of my figures too. Because the estimated release date was August, and it is August, so it's like, oh, maybe that came out. And it's like, nope, it was just this big box with just this in the middle, surrounded by a lot of bubble wrap. But anyway, so this is a pretty cool release. It's not as fancy as their first movie release was. It's not like a double LP or anything. The art is by Kevin Eastman, though, so they stuck with that. And it looks great. I have this is the Ooze variant. There is an art card thing in here. It's it's a postcard with the original movie poster. And this actually does need a master sleeve because it just comes with like the paper. But it's a very nice ooze green, as you can see. And yeah, I'm really happy to have this. So they also offered this and Alice, Sweet Alice on CD, and I think they sold out pretty quick. At least of the Turtles. I think they still have Alice, Sweet Alice. But where's the fun in just getting it digitally? You know what I mean? There's nothing else in here, right? Nope. We also have a pretty spectacular vinyl box set that we scored, but that deserves its own video. And we'll be back with that later. Along with what's coming in the mail in a few days. So hopefully you had a good time and enjoyed seeing all our stuff. Vinyl collection overview coming, I would say sometime in September, probably, when we have everything kind of sorted out. So I want to get everything kind of standardized storage-wise, because a lot of my stuff is still, like, in these, and I would like to get them in something, presentable like these. Just, sized correctly. It's funny, there is a There is a larger model of these, and apparently it is possible to get them, but I would have to order them in incredible bulk, which would probably cost 5 figures. So, not doing that, guys. So anyway, hopefully you had a good time, and we didn't rattle on too long. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back with more horror as soon as we can. Have a great day.